The lines he loved to hear were, "Don't let it be forgot that once there was a spot for one brief, shining moment that was known as Camelot." Jackie had once said that her life revolved around her husband. Now she faced the struggle to build a new life for herself and her children alone. After leaving the White House, it has been said that Jackie told Ted Kennedy's former wife, Joan, "The first time you marry for love, the second for money, the third for companionship." Whether the quote is true or not, it seems so now. Onassis could easily provide the security that Jackie craved, and she seemed to want to leave the United States and its dark memories. Her children seemed to like the charming Greek. Reported to have said, "If they are killing Kennedys, my children need to be an example for her children." When they were small, the avalanche of public attention heightened the already difficult job of raising two children in the White House fishbowl. But Jackie was fiercely determined to preserve her children's privacy and give them a semblance of a normal life, constantly trying to control their exposure to the cameras of the press.
There's so little privacy. I don't mind.
After they had left the high visibility life in the White House, the children remained a focus for the American people. It would have been easy for the public's attention to distort their personalities and identity, for them to flounder and live forever in their parents' shadow. Perhaps Jackie's greatest challenge was to somehow give Caroline and John Kennedy Jr. a sense of balance and values. Realizing that a connection to their past was important, Jackie involved her children in commemorating their father's memory over the years, starting with the dedication of an English memorial to JFK at Runnymede in 1964.
This acre of English soil is now bequeathed in perpetuity to the American people in memory of President John Fitzgerald Kennedy, who in death my people still mourn, and whom in life they loved and admired.
Caroline christened the aircraft carrier John F. Kennedy. Both spoke at the opening ceremonies for the Kennedy Library on Boston Harbor.
Welcome to the dedication of this library.
Born of the sun, they traveled a short while towards the sun and left the vivid air, sun with their honor. Thank you.
Suddenly, before our very eyes, the Kennedy children, brother and sister, had become young adults taking their place in the world. Caroline graduated from JFK's alma mater, Harvard, and went on to Columbia Law School. John F. Kennedy Jr. broke with family tradition and attended Brown University, going on to graduate from NYU Law School. In 1986, after her first year at Columbia, Caroline married artist and designer Ed Schlossberg in a gala Hyannisport wedding. In 1988, John Jr. spoke at the Democratic Convention.
Over a quarter century ago, my father stood before you to accept the nomination for the presidency of the United States.
He has said he considers politics an option for himself. That spring, Caroline graduated from Columbia with honors and gave birth to a daughter, Rose, making 4 living generations of Kennedy women. Rose was followed by Tatiana and John, and suddenly, incredibly, Jackie was a grandmother. John Jr. was unsuccessful in his first 2 attempts at the New York bar exam.
But I was very close, and you know, it's something that's got to be done. It's a hurdle that has to go over, so you know, it's back at it.
His 3rd try, he passed the bar. On his first day of work from the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, the media converged on him. John's been called the sexiest man alive, and his romances are often hot copy. The press is as fascinated with him as they were with his mother. JFK Museum, Seeing the Kennedys with the young leader evoked the spirit and promise once held by JFK. Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy Onassis was a phenomenon in phenomenal time. As her son John said, surrounded by her friends, her family, her books, and the people she loved. The nation watched as her children bid her farewell and lay her to rest in Arlington National Cemetery next to John F. Kennedy. Jackie will always remain beautiful